start, dude. This is it. Yeah,
We're here.
I do introductions after. I'm still fucking drunk from yesterday.
Good. That was a good day.
I've been trying to get you guys on for a minute. I canceled when I flipped out and got all anxietied out.
That's
canceled
okay.
on everyone. So, but you guys were supposed to do it, back in November.
Yes.
So,
The kid thing.
yeah.
That too.
Runs into
Working
a few
around
things.
him has been a little
I
hectic.
bet, dude. How do you guys fish?
We take turns. As you notice, we don't post a lot of fishing
Or
pictures
I
together.
Or you don't, and the wife does?
I let her go as much as she wants.
Yeah.
How much
I try
do
to
you
go.
get to go?
I'll pick my days.
Yeah.
If I think I'm going to catch something or
Yeah.
it's worth going, but I only go for like a couple hours. And then
Yeah.
get back
You guys
home.
do Canyon Lake a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's easy. It's convenient.
Yeah, it's close.
It's close.
And
you
it's
know.
probably less pressure than DVL and Skinner and shit?
You'd be surprised. It gets
Yeah.
pounded.
Really?
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Fucking
I had a dry
Shannon, huh?
spell
Yeah.
for a
Fucking
few.
Shannon
No,
catches all
actually,
the
he
fish.
doesn't pound it. He's always working.
No, I like Shannon. He's a
Yeah,
cool guy.
he's a good guy.
Bring the mic closer if you can.
He was going to come with us today, but
Oh, he should have. I told him come by. He had to go to Utah or something.
that was last trip. Or
Yeah.
whatever, but
Try
no.
to aim it straight.
But this morning he.
There you go. Perfect.
This morning he didn't answer, so
That means you had too many Frosties last
Maybe
night.
one too
maybe
many.
I don't know.
So let's. We'll start off, I guess, with Cool Baits
Right?
and talk about look at this guy, this asshole. Yeah. So let's talk about how the company started and you guys kind of did the underspin pretty early.
It started with me.
Uh-huh.
I've been fishing my whole life, and my whole family's been around hunting and fishing. Brought up real young fishing. My grandma and then my dad, and then the underspin thing came way down the road. I mean, more like in the early 2000s.
Was Cool Baits off of underspin or just actually a lead head?
It was an underspin from the
Underspin.
start.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And then what happened is there was a bunch of them out then, maybe like 2 or 3, but none of them were, built real quality or looked really good, but they worked just like anything else on the market.
Yeah.
Everything works.
Yes.
But you can have one that just works a little bit better. And I was fishing tournaments as an early angler. Around 15 years old, I got into clubs and started fishing, and then got into more about lures. I've always
What was the first club you were in?
Military Bass Anglers
Okay.
Association. Actually, when I did that last tournament last weekend, the first one I've done in
Yeah.
probably 10 years in that realm of things.
Was that in the same club?
No.
What was that?
That
tournament
was
for?
a federation tournament.
Okay,
It was like
wow.
a TBF, like an
Cool.
offshoot of FLW.
Yeah.
They sponsored and helped with it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Living the Dream.
Uh-huh.
It's where you fish 4 tournaments in your region. And right now, San Diego's the only one that has a region.
Yeah.
And then as you go more north, they do. But like Diamond Valley Series,
Yeah.
the Skinner, Paris area, years back, just no one wanted to fish it, so that region dropped out.
Uh-huh.
So then it started up, but it stayed in San Diego. So if you want to fish Federation, you have to travel to San Diego.
And you guys live in Elsinore?
Pretty much,
Okay.
Canyon Lake, Menifee.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's a kind of a drive, and getting time on the water. Like that one, I went in blind, which is fine.
What would you place in that one?
I didn't really even look.
No?
I didn't do like what I wanted.
You just went to fish because you wanted to fish.
Yeah, I wanted to fish. I know what fish do this time of
Yeah.
year. We had a full moon. We had, a cold front comes through.
That
which
was the same the last weekend, right?
Yeah, last
Okay.
weekend.
Yeah.
Everything, the cold front and all that was fine. It was cloudy that night, so it stayed warm.
Yeah.
I believe the fish that were in the shallows stayed in the shallows. The ones that stayed out on the secondaries just stayed there. We caught plenty of fish. I couldn't get my 5th fish.
Oh, man.
Kept 3 times in a row. I dumped it. They just come off. That's God's gift to fish. Is getting
Somehow you
getting
wouldn't
off.
think so. I'd be like, how the fuck they do that?
Yeah.
But,
'cause
who was your partner that you fished with?
you don't have a partner. It's a draw.
Oh, okay.
A draw. So your co-angler's a
So you have
co-angler.
oh, cool.
You're not
I love hearing that story too.
Well, a lot
Todd
of guys.
Klein told me a lot about the co-anglers. I don't know anything about it, but it could be real weird. I'm sure too, depending on the guy.
Well, they can be. You never know who you're getting on the
Yeah,
back.
which is cool.
Just as much as if you're a co-angler, you're not going to know who your boater's going to
Yes.
be. That night but you might never met the guy
Yeah,
or know him.
yeah.
But I got lucky. The Doug, the guy that got on the back, I had known for like 15 years already.
Yeah.
So we worked good together. He actually did really well in it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had a full limit, a pretty
Oh,
decent bag.
wow.
He won a rod. He cashed a check. I don't know if he got any wood or not, but
Man,
he
that's
did really
nice.
well.
Yeah.
And it
Luckily, you
rained.
put them on some fish.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing, though, is they
He
go
was
off
stoked.
of what you are doing, because you gotta you have to do pretty much what the boater's doing,
Yeah.
right?
Give or take, since I've
I mean,
known him,
yeah, the
like
same type of-
I could have stuffed the guy and said, "Hey, I'm going to turn you around and put you in the back of a cove,
Yeah.
and I'm going to fish, and you're not going to get any water."
Yeah.
You can do that to those guys.
That's fucked, right?
Because you're not a combined weight.
True.
But that's the thing of you going as a non-boater, and he's
Yeah.
actually a boater.
He just
So,
didn't want to have the.
Yeah, he didn't. A lot of guys don't get a lot of time on San Diego water, so
Okay.
they'll use that as a learning tool.
Yeah.
And then when he also fishes in the Elsinore Bass Club, so that could have gave him. I think they actually had a club tournament the next weekend,
Oh,
so
wow.
he could get some information off that, come down as a boater the next weekend and,
And
win,
then
and win it,
you- yeah.
or do good, or
Yeah.
at least have something going in.
Did you so you did no pre-fishing on this one? You just
No.
went in blind.
Yeah.
Can you usually pre-fish? What is it? The limit? Is there like a limit? You can't fish the lake like
It's
a week
normally
before.
like 2 or 3 days. before
2 or
the
3 days?
tournament, right?
Yeah.
Some of them have cooling off periods where you can pound it out, and then they tell you, hey, you can't
Yeah,
fish the next
yeah.
couple days. But either way, that one didn't matter with me.
Yeah, yeah.
I just showed up that morning.
I'm
and-
just interested because I don't know anything about the tournament side of it, so it's kind of like interesting to me. Go, hey, how does that work? I did one. I saw actually Shannon at the SBS. I entered that one.
Yeah, those are fun.
And I did okay. Well, I fucking fished with the ringer, so Jeff Leafson,
Yeah.
and he's won 2 of them already. So it's
Oh,
kind
he's
of
a
like,
great fisherman.
yeah. So I mean, he moved to Utah, but he's doing good up there. I think him and his dad are gonna do tournaments up there.
It's fresh
But
water.
yeah,
Mhm.
so it was fun. I had a blast. It was fucking great. I mean, he's like, no beer till we get a limit. I said, okay. We got a limit real quick, so I
made
would
sure of
work
it.
my ass off for that.
Yeah, most I wish we could do that beer at 11, but these freshwater ones,
You
especially
can't, yeah.
especially
It's
that type of
intense. It's
that
in-
size
yeah.
of tournaments and organizations that you're fishing with, they don't.
No, you can't do it.
Even after weigh-in and stuff
Yeah.
like that, we have some beers. And
Yeah, that's fun. So, what year did you come up with the whole idea of the underspin? Now there was an underspin before that.
stuff. There were underspins on the market. Now that one, no. So in around 2001 or 2, I was a Diamond Valley original fan out there in the beginning.
Really?
And Paris when it first got built and all that. I fished Paris when there used to be spotted bass in there. And there was just nothing around. And then one day I used to make wooden swim baits all day long. I'd go in the garage and whittle stuff up, drill holes in stuff, add stuff.
He still is.
Yeah,
He plays with stuff all the
cut
time.
lead off of stuff, add strippy weights.
yeah.
Like all my stuff, most stuff even I use has got something messed with it. If it's a crankbait, I got a blade on the back, or these.
So you're trying to do something different.
Always
Not
trying
always
to do
different. Okay,
Everything I throw is probably different. It might
Yeah.
be the same lure that you bought, but I added
tweaked it out.
either a weight to
Yeah,
it or you name it. Like nothing of my stuff is usually stay stock.
Yeah.
So I started getting into making, lures a long time ago, and I wanted to do an underspin because the Diamond Valley was so famous for the amount of shad that were in it in the day and the glass minnows. So I just started piddling around in the garage, and next thing you know, I get a mock-up of one, and then I went on the computer and found a guy in Florida, an old gentleman that said he made lead cavity
Oh
molds.
shit! So you didn't do the whole thing where I'm gonna carve something out, I'm gonna RTV. You said I'm going full fucking throttle. I'm gonna make a mold, like a full-on aluminum mold.
But back then, I didn't know anything about lead casting or pouring.
Oh, shit.
So I went ahead and made the mock-up first.
Yeah.
By using, say, jig heads, drilling holes, adding
Yeah.
this, adding that. The worm keeper back in the days was shrink wrap.
Uh-huh.
In the beginning, it
Yeah.
was shrink wrap to keep the worm on without it splitting or tearing. And the worm would just spin on the hook. If it ever got loose, it would never tear. And then I went to the worm keeper, which back then no one was really using it. And my first one was a staple, but it was too thin. So I could buy like 500 or 1,000 staples for like $2.
And dude,
Like the cost was nothing.
so you're just always thinking of something.
Always
That's
messing
crazy.
with something.
And people probably wouldn't know. I mean, like I said, I've been surf fishing and fishing for a while, but I'm barely meeting people. I remember being at Save-On probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Mexican dude was stocking the cool bait stuff and told me, check this shit out. I don't know who it was,
Right.
but it was at Save-On Tackle. But it was a while ago.
The person that helped me get in Save-On was Jose, big bait junkie, great friend of mine.
It wasn't.
Jose
Jose,
was the
son of a bitch. We went to Skinner on my boat.
With
and,
Jose?
With Jose, and he's like, all right, let's go fish. So Phil is my buddy, and he's your guys'
Yeah,
buddy
Phil.
too. So he was meeting us later. So I said, let's go. So we launch. Sorry for cutting you off. I'm just telling you.
Oh, it's fine.
He really fucked me on this. So he's like, oh, the stripers. I'm like, I don't throw swim bait. So I barely started. Bird's nest. I'm fucking getting it out. And Jose goes, oh, I'm like, hey, I think I got a good one. I see it come up. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, that's huge. My net's not big enough. So I had a net for probably a 10-pounder. I think it was 19-pound striper. I fucking get it, and I flip it as hard as I can onto the boat, dude. And we're both like, oh, fuck. And Jose's like, oh, my
Holy.
God. It is
That's
awesome,
rad.
dude.
I have
He's
yet
good
to catch
dude.
a striper, and I try
You
probably
get on
every
swim
year.
bait?
Yeah, Nate's bait.
The Nate's bait.
Yeah, and then he caught another one right after. Damn.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So it was a great, like, I was stoked as shit. We were all happy,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, heck yeah.
And then I met who's the guy at the dock? Oh, God. Frank? At the Skinner dock?
Then I don't know.
No, this was like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been out there for
It
a
was,
while.
it was a fun time. Phil missed a couple on the toxic bait, but yeah, I love Jose. I never met him before, and
Yeah, he's a
Phil's
good guy.
like, "Hey, do you mind if I bring my buddy?" I'm like, "I don't give a shit." But I met up with a dude I didn't
Right.
even know,
Yeah.
and like we've had a great time. He's a great guy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Jose's a good guy. And Skinner, that's a rarity nowadays to get
Well,
big,
everyone
big
was like,
fish like
"What the
that out of
fuck?
there.
That's huge." And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But I caught mine. I've talked about it with Charles Tatuna. He took
Oh, yeah.
me out to Diamond Valley. I finally caught in December my swim bait fish. So it was like a 7 pound largemouth on a trout taxi.
That's a great
Yeah.
size
I was
fish.
still, dude. I was
Oh,
I
I'd
was
be
so
stoked.
happy. I caught another one right after and lost it.
Oh,
So yeah, but it was, dude. I had a blast.
yeah, that's
and
a
then-
rarity too. Because back in the days, you could literally win a tournament or fish all day long, any day of the week, and catch swim bait fish every
Right?
third
I mean,
cast.
you know who was telling me? John Curry
Mhm.
was telling me about how when he used to fish with his uncle, and they first kind of got on the triple trout thing, and he said they just fucking killed in tournaments.
Annihilated it.
Yeah, which is you've been fishing that long too with
Oh yeah,
everything.
that lake's
So-
been over 20 years now.
So
it seems
DVL,
like.
you saw it when it was barely, and it's like getting built still.
The days, yeah.
Wow.
I got pictures of that lake empty.
Oh, that's golden,
Yeah,
right?
I actually I pumped the concrete for the the tower.
Oh, no way.
I built that tower back in the
That's
day
awesome.
before it was open.
Yeah.
When we did concrete.
So now that I got off, I ADD'd on everyone. Let's get back to fucking the whole story of you having the mold, and you know.
Yeah, well, the guy sent me. My first mold cost me $79. It was a 12 cavity, and it looked like it was made out of a car tire. It was
Really?
hard black rubber, two-sided.
Yeah.
I sent him 12 mocked up baits. He sent me that back, and that's.
Did you try the mocked up baits first to see how they swam? And
Oh yeah, make sure everything went
was
straight.
good? Okay.
Because that was one big thing on the market too. The fish head and the road runner were the two
Fish
main
head
baits.
had theirs out already?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Them and Roadrunner were the
Okay.
two. Like Jimmy Houston used to throw the Roadrunner. The problem is you could never burn any of those baits in, either high speed or even maybe the fish head. Not to talk crap, but you could throw that thing out, start reeling, and the thing starts doing circles back right out of the package. So I wanted to make something that looked better, fit the plastics too. Nothing had a squared off back.
Yeah.
It was all like around like a peanut or an egg shape. So none of your trailers would look right. So that's where we had the flat back worm keeper or shrink wrap back in the days.
Yeah.
And everything just ran truer. You can burn our bait in no matter what speed, it always stays in straight.
Yeah.
As long as you keep the trailer on there right.
No, I mean, I
not
fished the
crooked.
underspin. I think to my personal opinion, my favorite underspin is cool baits.
Yeah, it's
You know,
not the
I mean-
friendliest to trailers. I mean, it wasn't designed for everybody else's trailer. It was designed around a Kitech type
Yeah.
small 2.8 or depending on what size you bought.
Yeah.
But nothing with a beer belly. Nothing against, most of the saltwater baits all have beer bellies.
Yeah.
And that's where the other people that jumped on the, what I'm going to say it or not, bandwagon and started making an underspin with a drop down wire. They're all the same.
Yeah.
Just a
Yours
spinner-
doesn't have the drop down wire.
It's a spinner
it has
bait
the
upside
swivel,
down.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
that
the big
ins-
difference, right?
There's-
I mean, you can
okay.
go as slow as you want with it. That blade's always turning.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
You know.
And when I found out in the ocean, a lot of guys would call and say, hey, I don't know if this is a beneficiary or not, but I saw it was. People would call and say, hey, I have a so-and-so underspin and there's just one swivel on it. Well, the rust locks up the swivels. So it made it to be where now that since we ran two swivels, it allowed our bait to always be spinning versus the other companies has one swivel and it would freeze up. So that kind of
In the
was a
beginning,
point
did you
people
use a
didn't know.
swivel right off the bat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you get the mold back. Were you happy, satisfied? Were you like, this is fucking it? Or were you kind of like,
No, it was fine.
Yeah.
I got
Do you
the
still use that mold?
No. No. Now we have aluminum molds
Yeah.
that we got made.
Saved it for the archives.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll
History.
take that to my grave. For sure.
Yeah, he'll be buried with it.
Yeah. That's your baby.
Yeah.
That's your first baby, huh?
His
Yeah.
firstborn.
I still have guys ask for the original. There was something about it, either the lead I was using then or the parts were a little lighter. The hooks were fine wire, not a stout hook. A lot of people want the old thin wire back.
That's better for freshwater, right?
Yes.
They just said every fisherman's different, and it could be all the way from a legit pro on Bassmaster Tour all the way to your weekend guy, and they both say, hey, I want the thin wire.
Yeah.
For one, you get it stuck and you can pull it and the hook will kind of straighten out and you'll get the bait back. So I think most people were trying to save the money part.
Yeah. But then they want to bend the hook back, and you're gonna fucking.
Sooner or later,
Well,
it's
it's also
no good.
the hooking the fish part too. They were saying like the thicker hook, the more stout hook.
Yeah.
It's ripping holes in the fish's mouth harder. This and that, putting bigger tears, and the thin one just sticks. They don't lose fish as much.
Yeah.
It's just some common things that we've heard.
Okay. All right.
It's just.
So
you can
how
never
many,
make a fisherman happy.
No,
No.
right?
Color-wise,
you cannot
hook-wise,
please
This is
everybody.
one thing I've heard from companies. It's like,
hook length.
are you going to make the bait for the fisherman or for the fish? Because you
Exactly.
can catch.
You're selling
fishermen
it to
with
fishermen.
And
Yeah.
I agree. I've heard it from multiple dudes say
Yeah.
the same thing you guys have. So what generation are you on now with the underspin?
We are trying to get as in what's next?
No, like what
Or-
generation? How many different generations of the model of the underspin? Only 2. Did you redo it after you got that first mold?
When we got from someone just taking a lure and smashing it in some Play-Doh on 2 sides and then pulling out and hoping it came out perfect. And
Yeah.
the angle, everything's sharp and precise. When you go ahead and get into aluminum molds, which now we are, and there's CNC and CAD work, so everything is more fine-tuned. They still run just as straight.
Oh no, but I mean, so like how many different?
Sizes?
No, like how many different times did you
How's
have
it
to
changed?
adjust to where it was the exact one? Was it that first time you
Yeah,
got it?
first
really?
time, first
That's
time.
a fucking awesome. Yeah, that's great.
The way computers are, and they'll take that and they'll take that crappier bait that I first made and
make it perfect.
Dude, they hone in
Yeah,
so
yeah.
perfect, and that thing shits out a mold in 2 seconds
It's
later,
crazy.
and it's precise.
And you guys have the biggest underspin, right? Is that 8 ounce?
As far as I know, until
Yeah.
I call a Guinness book and say, "Hey, cruise over and put us in for the largest underspin."
You
on
fished that thing?
I have not
No.
yet. Uh-uh.
People do though, for sure.
Yeah,
For
I've
rockfish or
I've seen
A
before
lot of
the.
Alaska.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
halibut.
Is that why you made it
cod.
for Alaska?
it was mainly for Alaska.
Oh, that's cool. But
It
the
just
2
seems
ounce
like
too is. I mean, that's a great.
Every
bait.
time he makes
That's
a
a good
certain
one.
size,
Yeah.
people ask for, within like a week later, well, you should make this size. You should make this size.
That's
And it's
another
like,
thing I've heard. Everyone
Okay,
is
well,
like, yeah.
do we need to make every single size in between from like top to
Yeah,
bottom? You know,
yeah.
it's just like you get a lot of that. You
Yeah.
guys should do this one instead. And it's like, well, we just made a 2 ounce. Well, you should do a 3. It's like, wait, why?
Yeah.
You
So-
know, just
I agree. It's like you got to stick to your guns on what you're gonna do and just kind of
Well,
do it, because I mean, even with this fucking podcast, people go, "Why don't you do this?" I'm like, "Why can't you have this person on?" Don't you think I fucking tried?
True.
yeah.
I would like to
I
have
can't
every.
help. Hey, I can't have that. There's dudes that just won't fucking come on, and I can't do anything
Yeah,
about it.
you
You
can
know?
make
Right,
them, but
No, we'd like to have every size, just like
Yeah.
anybody else would. I'd like to have increments in between increments and sizes that we don't have.
Yeah.
That we're slowly. But we started at the small end and then said, okay, well here's ocean now.
Yes.
We got a 1 ounce, which is decent. And then now we have the 2 ounce, which I think is golden.
I think the 2 ounce. I've seen Phil I fish with Phil a lot out of my boat.
Yeah.
I've seen him whack him on the 2
I think
ounce.
he was the first one that caught one on the 2 ounce.
Really?
Honestly, because I
Yeah.
hadn't even got to throw it. As soon
No,
as
it works really in Long Beach Harbor. It worked fucking great.
As soon as we made it, we went straight to Sacramento and did that show up
Oh,
north. And,
really? Yeah.
and they sold, but people
Not like the way they would down here.
correct.
Are you? Who's going to carry your stuff at Fred Hall? All the Save On
Performance, Save
Okay.
On, Turners,
Okay.
Hooked, Tackle.
No booth this year, right?
No booth.
Okay.
Either show.
Why?
Pretty much the vendors had called my brother. Me and my brother are partners. We've been partners for the last 5 years. That's what really turned around this to make this such a great company, is I couldn't do without my brother. The vendors finally hit us up and said, when you guys show up, pretty much we don't, our product sits on the shelf because they'd rather go over and talk to you guys and, get stuff from you guys. We weren't trying to make no deals or no price changes or anything. Everybody was the same at the show, but in the end, it hurts those retailers. So we had finally said, hey, no problem.
Which I think that's kind of like true, right? I mean, these people are taking this.
Interest,
yeah.
what they say. So
without them, we're nothing
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and the more they sell, the more they buy from us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it helps us
Which
either
is
way.
cool. And are you still going to go and walk around? And
I want to
Yeah.
just go get a booth, just sit there and
Yeah,
just
we
drink
love,
beers.
we,
drink beer,
love,
yeah.
we love going and talking
I
to
love it.
people.
and I did that
and
last
all
year
that.
with Shawn Anderson from Fish On Guide Services up north. He's a striper guide. He does the G-Rat stuff. He works with G-Rat.
I know the G-Rat guys,
So,
but I'm not sure about
Shawn,
every guide. But
Shawn, he's one of the only phone interviews I did, and I'm like, I don't feel like fucking walking around. So I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna sit here the whole time.
Yeah.
and just drink beers the whole
It's
time.
so
and that was
fun,
it. Yeah.
and it
Our
goes by
booth is
so
fun.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
booth is
Phil,
fun.
I think I stopped by. Phil was working last year at your booth, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
we
nice.
have like 30 dudes working
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
but they're loitering really.
Loitering,
And
drinking
beer.
beers.
Yeah, that's
just,
all it is.
Just hanging out and talking
Yeah,
fishing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we miss. It's not so much. I don't even care if I sold a lure.
Exactly.
It's pretty much
Just talking
We're
fish
there
and
for the
talking.
people and talking and catching up, meeting people. Social media brings a lot of us
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
So we get to actually put faces to the people that we're chatting with online, and
Which
you know,
is I think meeting people in person. That's the whole thing. People go, why don't you do phone interview? I'm like, I don't think it's the same. I just
Yeah.
feel like when we're face to face, I say something to you that's gonna make you giggle a little, and I can play off of that, or
Yeah.
like
Well, it's like texting.
yeah.
Okay could mean a bunch of different
Dude,
ways.
right.
Take it
Okay,
way wrong.
okay.
I've had some bad experiences, even direct messaging with dudes where they took a comment wrong or something. You can't.
There's no
Yeah.
expression
Yes,
behind
yeah.
it. The LOL.
Yeah.
What's
So,
that? You laughing at me or something? Like, okay, LOL.
Do I
like,
amuse you? Do you
I'm
think
gonna
I'm
punch you
funny?
in your face. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Goodfellas, right?
Yeah.
oh my god.
I'd rather be in front. And
Yeah, and that's kind
Get
of
the
like how
expression.
I'm sticking with it. And then my next thing is to work down south
Right.
and up north more. But yeah, I'm glad I got you guys on. But let's talk a little about Brittany, because you're kind of your own little deal. I mean, you're the, let's see, third woman angler I've had on the show.
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah, I listened to Tracy and them, and I heard
Oh,
she was the
fourth. I'm
first
sorry.
one. So
So
I was
Tracy,
like, I was so
Leanne
stoked.
P,
Yeah.
Melissa. I went to high school with her. She runs She Angler, and then you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get. This is the hard part. You hear hearsay. So I'm like, I don't know if someone's a good angler or not. So like, if someone tells me they're good,
Right.
a guy that I know, I'll be like, okay, let's get him on. You know,
Yes.
like, so it's hard for me to, because for
Yeah.
you, the whole bikini model thing is easy to get really a lot of followers, right? I mean,
Oh, for sure.
So it's like you can't just put anyone on, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
but you fish a lot, and that's what I've seen, you know. You
Yeah,
fish
I
more
try.
than
She
your
Like I said,
definitely
we've
puts her,
tried.
she puts her time on the water
yeah,
for
you
sure.
fish more than your
Yeah.
husband for sure, because
You
make sure
probably
he's at home
wouldn't-
with the baby, right?
Yeah. That's my one
Yeah.
question when I'm out fishing. Everyone's like, "Where's
I
the
fish
kid?"
so
I'm like,
much in my life.
"No, he gets me out as much as he can."
So you fished your whole life with your dad, or just
No,
kind of?
actually, I did start fishing young. We did a lot of lake and river family vacations and
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm the youngest out of 4 kids, so they didn't always want to like hang out with me. I was the baby, so you know, mom probably threw me a fishing pole and said, "Here, you know, stay busy." We had family
Have at
friends
it,
that
yeah.
fished and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but no one. My oldest brother does fish, not really much anymore, but he did when I was more of a teenager.
Yeah.
But we only maybe went once together.
Yeah.
But no one in my family really fishes. No one hunts. You know, none of. We were outdoorsy, but not in that way. We like to ride Sea-Doos and have boats, and then we go
River-
to Glamis.
river stuff, yeah.
Glamis
Okay, yeah.
and dirt bikes and
Yeah.
off-roading and stuff like that. So that was pretty much how it all started. And then, you know, once high school came and everything, it kind of slowed down. And then probably back in like 2010, I got reintroduced into fishing again.
Okay.
We'd go to the Sierras like once a year, trout fish and stuff. And I kind of got more introduced to bass fishing, you know, to where it took my interest like
So you're
really
saying
high.
pretty much 2010's like when you got
2010
serious.
is where my bass fishing probably started.
Which to me, that's a decent amount of time of serious fishing. I mean,
Yeah, 10
I've been
years.
fishing since 2009. I mean, seriously.
and it's still,
I mean,
and it was
Right.
still like not knowing anyone who bass fish. It was
yeah,
just
you're
kind
just
of like
learning it
like
on your own.
it's kind of funny how I first started catching bass on a rooster tail, so something with a blade on it, you know?
Yeah.
And then started doing the spinner baits and kind of going into crankbaits, really just minute little things, like really not
Did you
knowing
grow
anything.
up that way too?
In Lake Elsinore.
Okay, same thing.
But I've never fished for bass in Lake Elsinore.
Oh, really?
But I've lived there my whole life.
Where would you fish then?
So
Where,
I
at the
was
river?
fishing in Elsinore, but I was catching carp and bluegill. You know,
That's
as
all that lake's
as a
good
kid.
for still.
That's where it started, and
Yeah.
then the trout fishing picked up, and then the largemouth came in
Yeah.
last. Like, so then I actually was fishing in Canyon Lake a lot with my friend Rachel. We would catfish a lot, and some boys were fishing one night. They were catching largemouth, and I'm like, oh, what are you guys throwing? You're catching like kind of a lot of bass right now. And he goes, oh, we're using an underspin, a cool bait underspin. He has an Instagram. Hit him up.
You're like, let me slide into those
so,
DMs. Huh?
So I slid right up into those DMs.
I didn't even know how to use Instagram. Yeah, like I'm still
next
computer
day,
illiterate.
I had no idea who he was. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And he posts
I never seen
everyone
her
but
before in
himself.
my life either.
Yeah, on
I
his
fish
Instagram.
a ton.
So
I'm like, I've never seen her.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he looked like, which person he was on his Instagram. He posts pictures of his customers and friends. So I'm
Yeah.
like, he could be either one of these.
I never had a personal page
No.
till like a year ago.
So you're
No.
not even like you're doing it because you got to do it. More of it
for the bait.
Yeah,
He's doing
yeah.
it for the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the only one that I started that in 2013, the Cool Baits page, and
Okay.
just tried to keep it
Yeah.
moving. And
Yeah.
and I've been told, hey, let someone else do it, but I don't think anybody would ever appreciate the love and support that we've gave back through the way we've posted our pictures and family stuff. And you know, I notice every page is different.
It is.
And I
It
just,
is.
Yeah.
and I try to keep a variety.
Yeah.
Nothing. It doesn't have to be a big fish. Doesn't have to be a small fish. But as long as it has a cool
supporting-
bait,
and you're supporting
cool bait fish.
Yeah.
And I try
Yeah.
to follow everybody. And I tell them at the shows, if I haven't met you or seen you or remember you, sorry, but you know, DM me, let me know that, you know, or show me a photo. And I've always tried to follow back every person that's bought one or used one.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So
It's cool.
Yeah, we show the love.
So then you slid in,
I slid in there, and
and you started fishing
I said,
underspin then.
I
That
said,
was
hey,
it.
I saw some people using your bait. I wanted to message you. So long story short,
How'd I get some free ones?
no. I mean, I've only had to pay for them once. This was the first time, but no.
yeah, I met her at Circle K.
Yeah, we met at
tell
Circle
the
K.
story.
So I lived in Paris at the time, and he lived in Quail Valley, where
Yeah.
we're at now.
Yeah.
And there's a Circle K literally right in the middle of us. So he was like, I can ship them, or where do you live? Do you want to meet? And I said, oh, I'm over here in Paris. He's like, dude, I'm down the street. So I'm like, let's meet at Circle K.
Yeah.
I looked her up real quick too. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
this kind of
He-
weird.
he
He was
Chick
actually
fishing
stalking
for
me.
one.
He was actually stalking me in PetSmart a couple days before that.
Well, me and my daughter were in there looking at fish, and I still didn't even know her. But I remember.
Oh, you were working there.
No,
She was-
I got off work
Oh, okay.
from Stater Brothers, and
Okay.
I went in there to buy some like goldfish
She was-
for my fish tank.
To fish?
Like feeder fish.
You're fishing with goldfish?
I was
No, I'm
fishing
just
in Petco. I was
Probably.
fishing in there.
I'm just fucking with you.
But
I don't know.
he said he saw me in there. But anyways, so we met up at Circle K,
Okay.
and we were starting to talk, and some kid jumped in and was like, "Oh, your truck, or is it for sale?" So I started talking to this kid. He bounced. I'm like,
I'm
"Damn
like,
it."
hey, how's your lures?
Yeah,
Good
he-
luck. You know, if
Yeah.
anything happens, let me know.
Takes my
You
money,
know.
goes and buys a 30 pack, and then leaves.
Probably.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me. Huh?
It was right. that was right. So he calls me. I leave, and he had texted me and said, "Hey, call me. I want to like talk to you about the bait when you're done." So I called him. We ended up being on the phone for like 3 or 4 hours.
You guys
I
hit
just
it
tried
off.
to
know.
tell her how to use it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that really was my objective.
He was filling it out, and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because I had a chick at the time. So
yeah,
Oh,
and I had a
Yeah,
boyfriend.
I was just like, hey,
yeah.
make
But
sure
you were
you-
being just saying.
He
Yeah.
was
helpful,
not. He
really
was not
slow. I hope you
disrespectful
catch
at all.
something.
No.
Just trying to be
Yeah.
informative.
Yeah, we were both seeing other people at the time,
Wow.
so there was no like, no vibes really going or nothing. It was just we
But
met up.
how many women have reached out like saying, "Hey, I need a cool bit" at that time? No one.
No.
Hey, he's like, "Let me." No. No.
Probably.
Dude, I mean, okay, this is a serious
chicks,
question.
No
Now,
chicks
how-
really fished.
No, I mean, but were chicks like saying, "Hey, can I get some cool baits from you?"
Like I want to put it in order. You know, I want to
Like
order
no
some
one
baits.
did what she did before that.
I would say no.
Yeah.
No.
Look,
I
he's
saw him in
thinking about
action.
it.
I was impressed.
There were no chicks. Literally.
Not like
even,
now. like,
No.
yeah.
Social media was so young, and
Yes.
Instagram was nothing.
Oh shit, 2010, right? I mean,
This
Instagram
was
like
yeah.
barely anything.
Well now this is in like
I got on in
2014.
2013. Is
okay,
when I
13.
got
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
So when we met, it was 2013.
Oh, so you've been fishing for a little bit already, and you kind of found the underspin. Okay.
Yeah. So we
Because I was never even on the computer till 2010. Because I ended up getting divorced in 2010. And that's when I found, there's this thing called Facebook, and I can get a hold of my old
Tinder,
buddies.
Grindr,
Just all that.
Shannon. He's freaking Grindr.
Shannon's on Grindr.
Shannon's Grindr.
Right, Shannon? But no, I'm a social media still. He
hates it.
I hate it.
I mean, it's a necessary evil because I feel like
it's only good for business, and if you're not a part of it, like you just have to strictly stay out of it.
Like we always said, if we didn't
lives.
have people we were supporting, say like raw and real companies and clothing, like we probably wouldn't even be on it.
Yeah,
you know. But you gotta help support who supports you.
Yes, I agree 100%.
So that's what we do. But
So you guys break up with your boyfriends and girlfriends?
So he did his thing with his. We were feeling each other after a little while. We were fishing a lot together and kind of getting in trouble from our others.
Well, what would you fucking do if she's out fishing with other? You know what? Not nowadays, because it's like
I didn't do nothing with her.
No. I'm just saying, like the significant others. If my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going fishing with the girl, she'd be like,
no, you ain't.
You ain't going fucking fishing with that girl.
Right.
No, you're right. You're absolutely 100%
but now your personality, so it's got to be different. Because
I have fished with guys without him, but they are his friends.
Yes,
our friends. So
my buddies will call and say, hey, can you go fishing this weekend, or I need to pre-fish, I need some help, this and that. I say, no, actually.
Brittany can go.
I can't go. Actually, I have things to do, but she's off, actually.
Yeah.
And Josh will take her. Corey,
Mike's
Crosby,
taking me. Corey, Shannon. Shannon, I've gone out to Long
Shannon
Beach
pre-fishes
before,
with her. Corey, Josh.
Which is like, dude, I'm going to say you got to do pretty much the same thing I have, is jump the learning curve a lot. And that's not bad. Like, I'm like, fuck. People go, what do you get out of the podcast from the beginning? I'm like, fucking years and years of knowledge from dudes that tell me shit that they aren't telling anyone off of mic. Like, this is how you fish this. I get to fish with fucking Bobby Martinez, and he'll show me everything that he does.
They show you so much. I'll throw that in there as a term angler.
Well,
there might be even lures. He's like, guy, just don't throw this while you're around.
I fished a tournament against him.
Oh yeah.
And we beat him.
Oh.
Just saying.
That's good.
We're just gonna throw that out there.
No, I called him. Like, I love fucking with Bobby. He's a buddy.
I didn't mean to.
Everybody's equal when you get on. I think when you get on the water, some people have a little more.
Well, I go. The way I caught it was the way you showed me. Like, it wasn't.
Right.
Like, he told me a technique, so I looked around. I'm like, this might work right here. So, bam, fucking catching it.
Yep.
The way
nice.
It is. But you get to jump a learning curve for sure, because there's shit I wouldn't have thought of. He's like, try this, this, and this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this shit works good. He's not telling me the places to go, but he's giving me ideas.
Just
and
way
I
to
feel
catch
like,
him.
of course, you've got a little jump in the learning curve. That's awesome. I mean, that's great.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, he's taught me so much. So much. It's quite an advantage.
If you want to learn and you get around someone that
will teach you,
has been doing it.
And he is probably
I've been fishing tournaments for 30 years. Solid 30 years.
Wow.
And he's patient as all hell.
Yeah.
Man, this man
fishing
is patient.
and kids.
Yeah.
If you don't have patience, don't do either one of those.
I saw you bring the baby to the event, the LP event, and I'm like, you guys look
all the time.
patient. I'm like, I don't fucking have that, dude. I got a 2-year-old, and I'm kind of like...
He's a good kid,
Don't get me wrong.
But
I would love to not have to babysit and drink and have fun and talk.
You mean that's what he does, right?
But we take turns.
I'm a good parent.
When we go somewhere, the kid will be on him. He'll be on us. It's not like I hold him the whole time.
That's how it works. I mean,
it's a team. There's no I in
it's
team.
A team.
You literally have to give to get.
But there is a me.
Yeah, there is.
But I have a 13-year-old daughter. I've already been through this whole thing but I would never put down the rod in my first marriage. Hell no. That's what I think I was put on the planet for, and I stood to it.
So you wouldn't put the rod down
no.
She told you to stop fishing?
Oh, she left. Yeah.
Because of fishing?
That was it. Oh, for sure.
He had just got home from a tournament.
Havasu. I got home from 2 state champ. I had a state championship that week. I had a national best West championship.
So you're fishing into your marriage then, pretty much.
Oh, for 100%.
Fuck, dude.
That's what he always says. Fishing ruined my marriage. Fishing ruined me, and I'm like, well, it also
she'll
made
get
it better.
mad. She'll be like, don't, because I say it quite often. I'm like, no, fuck, it ruined my life. Like in the beginning, I don't know how it would have went. I was
fishing hard as fuck.
Oh, addicted.
Right?
There's an addiction.
It is though. It is.
It really is.
It is like, it's like catching a fish, dude. Is like,
it's a high,
dude. Like that bite. Oh, fuck.
I just couldn't leave fish. Period. I mean, they're going to be there tomorrow. I never thought of it like that. It's like, I got to be there today. The weather's this way, and I only go now when a storm comes or the wind's blowing. I'm not getting out of bed.
So that's the cool thing. Like I'm having a Butch on Monday, Brown.
Yeah.
And I want to ask him because I've heard him say, I'm picking my days I'm going to fish.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only going to fish these days, and I'm going to catch fish these days. I'm not going to catch what I want the other days. Do you kind of do the same thing where you can kind of go like, well,
he'll choose. Like, I go, you should go try. And he's like, you can go.
Now that we're on a schedule, like, well, she goes, I go, then I'll be like, I'll wait 4 or 5 times till I say, okay, yeah, you know what, I do want to go today. Just something looks right, the timing, the time of day might be better that I think, and I'll go down there and catch one or none, but I'm still stoked.
Yeah.
Even just to get out, go take a couple casts.
Do you do still a lot of short pound a lot?
Because I wasn't used to that before. It was just I went and you stay home. That's how it works. Like all the other dudes are going to get in trouble doing it, you know?
I'm trying. It's hard. This is hard. It's hard too because like I want it. My wife's gone with me a couple times, and but she's not. She watched me lose a brand new fucking Fenwick and a Corrado.
It's hard.
I had a hookup bait tonight when they first came out. And we're on my boat and I put it down and got slammed by a sand bass and that shit went over. Bam. And it was October. I'm like, oh, get the fucking rod. I'm yelling.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, and
you
I was
were
like,
talking about it.
Yeah,
you didn't
my
want
wife,
to get in the water.
Fuck no. After
cold.
fucking
it was cold.
$400 setup? Nah.
No, I wouldn't
But
either.
I mean, it's hard though because I want to go all the time too. And I try to, like, she came yesterday.
Nice.
Like, I really fucked over Valentine's Day for her. And I came home with too many beers in me, so she probably got mad about that.
But you've been married for...
Oh, shit. I've been with her since I was 21. I'm going to be 40.
See, so that's different.
And then
She's still with you for some reason.
I don't know why. But we have a 15-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 2-year-old. 2-year-old was supposed to be a girl, but didn't work. I'm not trying again. That's it. No. I'll tell you what, the older you get, the 2-year-old, like for me, how old are you, Shawn?
44.
Okay. How much fucking harder is it now than it was then?
13 years ago.
Dude, I was like, oh yeah, let's run around. Now I'm like, I'm fucking tired, dude. This
honestly, I was fishing.
I
couldn't tell you. That's how bad. I fished 3 different regions of bass fishing. I owned a concrete pumping business, so I worked 7 days a week, and when I wasn't working, I was straight fishing. And
so do you feel like now you're spending a little more time watching your kid grow up a little?
Oh, for sure.
Well, I feel the same about that.
Well, she fishes too. Now, either if I went the same route and she didn't fish, I probably would have pulled the same shit. Be like, you don't fish, you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're a mom, you stay with the kid, I'm going fishing.
But it don't work like
that. That's your job.
But no, I agree with what you're saying because
she's like, no, I'm like you're fucking staying home, and I'm gonna go. And so we just try to work it out.
We compromise.
But do you enjoy the baby a little more now, you think, than your daughter when you were that then? You know what I'm saying? Like, now that you're older, do you appreciate having a little guy a little more?
I do, but I'm really honest. Like, don't have him unless you really want to be around him. I mean, it's hard still. I'm a fishing freak. I'm very. Even my mom always told me you're very stubborn and you're in your own ways. And I'm personally, I'd rather be fishing every day. Everybody says they want to fish every day.
You want to fish when you have time.
It's tough to fish every day. It's hard on your body. You're tired, but
fucking getting up that early is just a killer. Dude.
At least 3 times a week would be cool.
Oh, I mean,
I love getting up. I mean, I work at
a tournament
2, 3,
once
4
a
in the
month
morning.
and 3 times a week would be cool.
The first that tournament I did, I'm like, okay, I'll go to bed like at 10. We had to wake up at 3 or 2:30. Yeah. It's I make my own air eggs. It's fucking 12:30 at night. I'm still making them.
I've been there, done that one too.
My wife gets up. She goes, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" I'm like, making bait, getting everything ready. She's like, "I can't. You're gonna sleep in like an hour." And I'm like, "Yeah."
You can sleep on the way there.
I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna stay up and get in the boat.
A nap.
No, but then when you get on the water, I was saying like, I wasn't tired, man.
No,
I was
the
like,
adrenaline.
Dude, I'm like, let's go, and then.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah.
It was
this is what we've trained for.
Yeah.
Sunday I got to that. I haven't done the Federation in 10 years, so Sunday I got there. It was like hour and 40 minutes early. Was the only one there.
Yeah.
Ran the truck dead. So when they finally got there in line, I couldn't move the boat or truck.
Oh.
I was sweating to death all day long, like just amped up, pumped up, so excited to be in a tournament again, to be there fishing, and it was like 30 degrees and cold rain. And I was trying to rip my clothes off, like.
Yeah, just like
you can't buy that.
Do you are you going to do more this year?
I got 3 more in that region. Then hopefully Havasu State, and then nationals might be Meade or somewhere else, and then you go back east. I'm trying to get out of California.
It's a big series. That's cool, man.
In the end, you win $100,000 Forest Wood Cup ticket. That's a buy-in for Forest Wood Cup. What else? And then if you say you win the whole shebang, you do get all through the 6 or 7 tournaments. you're pretty much sponsored with FLW. You get a choice of what tournament series you want to win or fish.
So you want to, that's your goal. Is that your goal?
Oh,
right
for
there?
sure.
Yeah.
Since I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel good about it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel good about it. Like, you can't buy, they say, oh, you're cocky. No, I'm just confident. You can't buy that either.
You feel good? That's the thing. Is
you got to have
think,
it in you.
If you're going to do it, you're going to do it all the way. So you're like, I'm fucking going to do this and do it good.
And it's on a point system. So if you're going to do it anyways, you got 4 tournaments. You have to do every single one of them. Or you might as well just quit after the first one.
Yeah. Damn.
Because you have to qualify in the top 10%.
Wow.
As a boater and a non-boater to move on to state championship, to the nationals. So you have to do all 4 to.
How many boats are in the tournament usually?
Participation's been sucky. It seems like there was only 12 boats.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
They say, a couple guys said a lot of guys don't want to do federations because they're afraid of being their own captain. They rely on their co-angler or their partner, like National Bass West. You have 2 guys going for the same bag.
Yeah.
So they feel more confident. This is real deal. You go out there and it's all about
it's all you. Yeah. I
You're not getting help from the guy in the back.
Yeah. Fuck.
So that's
it's
what I like.
Yeah.
I mean, I told her we're going to do some,
club stuff.
Not the club, but just team tournament stuff, like National Bass, AAA.
You want
I've
to try
only
to do
fished
it?
the SBS. I've never fished a freshwater
Oh, did you
tournament.
fish in SBS?
We did one year.
Which one?
Yeah.
Jerry's.
How long ago was that?
When we first started dating, probably
Really?
like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Oh, we loved it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was so much fun.
it was a learning curve. I know that everybody says, oh, they eat everything. I mean,
They
first
do.
guy. We were first people throwing underspin in the bay. No
How
one
good
was
was
back
that,
then.
man?
Oh, we
Oh,
wrecked
if
it.
For
we
spotties?
didn't
But
get
that's
at
in
least
pre-fish. You go tournament day, it's a whole different ball game, even in freshwater.
Yeah.
But, and then when you jump into something and there's already guys that have been doing it for years, with their spots and the, it was tough. We didn't win any. I think she caught more weight in fish than I did.
just
But
luck. It's like any cast could be
we
a
remember,
good one.
what was it, 2000? I'd say 14. A guy from Ramona, Greg, took us down there in his boat, and we must have all had 100 fish apiece on.
Yeah.
He
And
took
I was
us on the
making-
perfect day.
I'd made A-rigs back then.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But we didn't announce it yet. So all the
It's
pictures
just
we
something for
had.
fun.
Yeah, we
I heard
didn't.
you got.
we didn't
I heard you
post
got
it.
a real special rig you don't tell anyone about
The little lake rake
for
one.
the cool baits.
I have all kinds of weird shit in my garage.
I heard there's
no
one.
one's- maybe
I
a
heard
couple
from a
people
person
seen.
that was like, oh fuck, dude, this fucking rig he does, no one knows. This is the one.
I have one.
Do we
coming.
even know about it? Shit.
I don't know about it. I don't. Well, I heard it from people.
I'm making a weird one right now that
Are
I
you?
was hoping to bring out in the spring. We also
Yeah.
have a 1/4 ounce coming out in the spring. But
Wow.
then I made a clear one before with a 150-pound Andy. That was a
amazing.
magical bait for the bay that I
Really?
stopped making.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun. We would
It's
get
fishing
doubles
line.
on it all the time.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's like,
fucking-
it flexes. The fish can't twist and turn off because
Yeah.
the fucking line moves with them. Like
was
it's like a
fun.
bungee cord.
Yeah.
They can't
That's-
come off.
Well, fuck, man. So that's what you're new for the spring. You're gonna have the new heads.
I'm hoping to have an A-rig out for the spring.
Are you gonna try to do your own A rig too?
But it's going to
Cool.
be, again, different than 99% are all the same.
So I make
Wires,
mine.
blades.
I love making A rigs. I braise them.
I was trying, no, it's not even that the way they're made. Is I'm trying to make them more simpler for fishermen. They're bulky. You got to tie them up. You can't put them away, right?
Whose were you selling before with you?
Recon.
Not anymore. They're gone, right?
As far as I know, when he posted that thing on the computer, I hit him up, said, hey, what's going on? I told my
Yeah.
brother about it, and he said, no, I'm just selling on eBay now.
Only the A rigs. That's it.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think the plastic stuff
Really?
might be
Okay.
gone now. Because the other day he's selling some trays on there,
Yeah,
I saw.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
thinking, okay, now you have nowhere to put your plastic. So
Yes.
maybe he is getting out on the plastics.
I don't know, but those A rigs were like a good price too.
Oh, they
You
were
couldn't-
great. They were like $10 and $12 or something.
Because, dude, I make mine. It still costs me to make like 15. Still costs me $100 at least of all the shit. I'm doing that 0.05, 0.051. I'm doing mine, and then 6 for heavy.
For the
Yeah.
XLs or the... I
So-
know I used to get all my stuff in the beginning off Barlow's Tackle.
That's what I do. Yeah.
It's like 1,000 wires for $60.
Yeah.
And I guess when you break
Well,
that
I bought
down...
all the wire. I bought the big ass spool of it and just cut it all
Oh,
day
nice.
and bent it and fucking.
That's
I
a
bought
lot of
the Dubro. You know that Dubro bender? You seen
No,
that?
I bought them pre-ended, and then
No, I made my fucking. I bent
Screw
everything.
that.
I'm a dude. Like, dude, the shit you're doing, like, I used to pour baits. I made lead heads. I made lead head mold just fucking around because I'm like, when you have the kids go to bed, it's like either I get fucked up or I do something
productive.
very productive.
Yeah.
Either
like
way, I was
fishing.
told you're not in the house, so I could be out there all night. Like you said, plastics, this,
Yeah.
but you're not in the house, so you end up getting in trouble still.
That wasn't
This
me.
is true. Oh, well, this is the same thing with me. Look at, you see his eyes? We have fucking video.
That was not me.
He goes, sure.
Yeah, you signed up to be in here, and you're out there. You know, even if I'm there at 8, 9 o'clock at night, it's just like.
But that would be cool.
Or I go inside, start messing with on the kitchen counter. There's a huge mess of crankbaits.
He does
with
that anyways.
Fucking eyes all over and split rings.
Our kitchen,
and
it all has fishing
fucking
stuff
hooks
on
everywhere.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Fuck.
It's everywhere.
I mess up the whole house.
I can't wait to see an A-rig, though. I think that's going to be really cool.
Like I said, I'm just making it more functional for fishermen.
Yeah.
Like how they've made all kinds of contraptions to close them so you can, hook them or put them away. I've been trying to put everything, what people want, a 3-wire, you got a Cali rig, a 5-wire for your ocean, but then try to make them more manageable for the fishermen.
Yes.
Because I'm selling them, not...
No, that's the big thing is the ones I've seen
Fish don't care.
had the ring on top. I've seen a couple where you push down, but this is the problem.
Back in the days, a split ring, a big one would be good for your A-rigs that first came out, but in the beginning, they didn't put blades on them. They were just wires. So you could slide
this is the thing is you keep, depending on the wire, moving it up and down, break a fucking arm real quick.
Yeah.
That too.
Opening,
so closing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the more you flex them, it just starts
No, I
breaking
mean,
it down.
I've dorked out on the whole fucking thing for the A-rigs. But, yeah, so, I mean, it'll be cool to see something like that. You guys do your own deal. If
I
you
was
can
trying
have
to
an
do
A-rig
titanium and all
fucking-
kinds of weird stuff, but titanium won't.
Stainless, I feel like just
It's the only thing you can do is stainless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fucking.
To make it more manageable.
Let's talk about. Do you have any sponsors when you fish that you want to talk about?
Definitely Cool Baits.
Just them. That's it.
they're my sponsor.
Man, I got so many things. I guess I could be thankful. Z-Bait Co., Recon, Momentum. I still run a Champion boat. I know they're not around, but I always hoot
My
Champion.
uncle has one. Yeah.
Best boat on the water still today. I throw Seagar. Big thanks to Tackle Warehouse. Without them, we couldn't keep moving. Turner's, all the local tackle shops. There's so many from San Diego all the way to Northern Cal, all the way to Canada to never thanks enough for all the support from Instagram and Facebook and all of our friends and family.
Definitely.
Yeah, we have a lot of support.
In the tournament regions, like Jerry's deal, SBS, the National Bass, the Western Outdoor News, Billy Egan puts on a great thing. We always help out them.
Yeah.
You name it, we're in it, and we couldn't do without you guys. I mean, down from buying a jig head to a plastic to just coming to see us at the shows. And, my brother's probably the biggest part, that helped in the last 5 years.
And you guys do it all in house, right?
We do have help,
Well,
everybody does ask us
when
that.
I say you do it in house, you're doing it like yourselves. It's not getting done
his
somewhere
brother's
else.
in the garage
Yes, that's
after
what
a
I'm
full
saying.
shift,
Yes.
24/7.
No,
It's
honestly,
just
everybody asks like
painting
you're
and pouring
saying.
and packaging.
Yeah.
And
I've been doing it in my garage first from 2001.
Yes.
5 years ago, my brother came in and we started getting all the molds made. Now we both have sets at our house. My brother goes to work every day just like I do. When we get home, we pour, paint. He does all the painting. I got away from that. I used to pour all the plastics. We got away from that. But we do have some outside help now.
Yes.
Big companies
That's cool.
that are pouring baits and plastics. The plastic lineup might not be out for much longer. We tried to break into the kicktail, but Kitech,
Just
they own it.
Good.
So,
That's
but so the plastic part of our company might go ahead and fade out, but the jig head and the underspin part, we're going to keep pushing forward to make sure that we are the number one.
awesome. We're
the 1%.
You are. I agree.
Yeah.
What about you, Brittany? You guys sponsors? Anything you want to plug?
United Composites. They reached out to me a couple years
Akuma.
ago. and
Sorry.
Yeah, don't forget that. I see the sweatshirt.
I'm wearing, I wear this jacket where I go.
them too. I'm not sponsored by
I don't know why I
Akuma,
forgot
but
that.
You'd like to
Akuma
be,
helped
right?
me out. Yeah, I mean for the real end of it, I
Those
like the
Komodos,
reels.
dude, are fucking bad as shit,
Oh,
man. Yeah.
Yeah, but United, Randy with United, he reached out to me quite a few years ago,
Cool.
and I was like baffled. He's like, we only pick so many certain people we feel that can help us, are great, true anglers, this and that. So them, like I said, Okuma, they've helped me out a lot too. I'm not sponsored, I'm not with them, but they are good people and they do.
But you appreciate their help.
I've used their stuff, especially through Shawn and stuff. He's introduced me to them.
Daniel Ramos.
Yeah, they definitely help us out a lot.
He's always hooked us up through Akuma.
And with Extra Tough, they've helped me with shoes and boots and stuff. We do a lot of saltwater fishing, so that's always been really nice. Bomber eyewear. Mike, same thing. He reached out to me and was like, I used to just wear other brands and stuff, really expensive brands, So when he reached out, he was like, we could work together and this and that.
Oh, I wear Bombers.
Yeah, I love Bombers. They don't sink,
Bobby gave me a pair, dude, and I fucking love them. I just look like a fucking gardener when I wear them, so I don't.
Yeah.
I like them. They can, everybody has cool looking shades now. They don't always have to look like the, that type, but the Bombers float, I've lost every other.
Yeah,
they're on
all
the
my
bottom
other
of the
glasses
Colorado
are gone.
River.
I still have all my Bombers, I've not lost a pair yet. So that's great. Like I said, another clothing company, Down South Fishing, they reach out to me. Just stuff like that, Rattle Trap, same thing. All help. They've all helped me. They see something, they know I use their bait. Just a true at-heart fan of these things. Like, you use them, you haven't asked for anything, you post our stuff, you're true with it. So just, stuff like that, it's great.
Yeah.
I appreciate it more than anyone. And we're stoked. He's stoked for me. Every time I'm like, oh my God, Rattle Trap hit me up, Okuma hit me up.
Of course, you're going to be stoked for you.
And everything gets used, it helps. It's not like it just gets pushed aside and I'm like, oh, thanks.
Days when the big giant box shows up, says Rattle Trap all over. I'm like, fuck.
Half that's for me.
Well,
that shirt don't fit me, but hey,
but I was like, hey, we share
huge box.
everything. We share everything.
Crankbaits.
It's we got all these new patterns out. They're not even out on the market yet. I'm like, I'll try it.
All the Mark Daniels stuff. Mark's a good buddy of ours, but he's another Rattle Trap guy. But he gets all kinds of cool stuff.
That's cool, man, that people support, and
And that's what it is. It's support.
Yeah.
It's
MC Swim Baits helps us out a lot, too. Corey.
Yeah, Corey, he has helped us.
I heard he's a really cool guy. I want to get him on soon.
He's great.
You got to get him on.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
He's one of the pieces of the puzzle where you talk about the original swim bait guys. He's one of them.
He's an archive for sure.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool to have him on. But I want to tell you guys thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
I think you'll be episode 101 or 2 right after the 100. So
that'll work.
Hey, at least we're in the triple digits.
I know it's a lot. My wife's ready to fucking kill me, but hey, we're moving along.
We're all gonna do it together.
You see from where you started, now where you're at. You're 100 plus in.
She
That's
sees
awesome.
it. Yeah, she's like it's going good. We're starting to do ads.
Yeah, and podcasts are such a thing right now too. Everyone's starting to get into them. They'd rather listen to that than the radio or.
That's all I've done it for 10 years.
And just like you were saying, you learn things.
I was curious how you got into it and just because everybody has their niche or what they really love, and you go down the street and you're always like, well, where that car's driving or where he's going. You never know what.
I was I played in bands my whole life, hardcore bands and punk
Is that
bands.
what it was?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I used to be a recording engineer before, and now I'm an estimator for a low voltage company. But I played music until 2008 or 9 when I got into fishing. So that's my kids all play drums and stuff. But
that's
I played.
Awesome.
I played in this band called Donnybrook. I played in another couple other bands like thrash metal bands. So. I have a couple of my friends coming on right now. His name's Andy. He's the president of Fearless Records.
Okay.
And then another friend of mine, Mark, he does stuff with Dark Seas.
Oh, cool.
And then my friend Nick, he was on before. He was a drummer for Dr. No. They're all big music guys. But they love fishing. So we're going to talk about fishing.
Berkeley, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, but I'm not, I listen to all kinds of music.
So, it's, that's what I did was punk hardcore before. And
right on.
I get to meet, and they're buddies when I do the podcast, it's not always about fishing. It might be about cool stories from those guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we could have had a podcast where you said, oh, this one time. Some shit happened, and that's what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
People like the stories.
Yes.
They do.
That's awesome. I'm glad it brought you into another realm of being able to use
I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's
what you've loved.
Yeah. Thank God I got a fucking paid money to have an engineering degree, and I can use it finally.
Right?
Yeah,
that's what people do.
Yeah, so thanks you guys for driving up here. I really appreciate it and coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
we'll probably do something again soon, do a round table.
Yeah.
Like I put up.
We need to get more like a girls group.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do like a girl round table, all women, some of them. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you guys could debate about stuff too. I mean, there's
because we have us freshwater girls like me and Breezy, and then we have
I could talk
Shayna
forever.
and Rachel.
Yeah.
So we can get like half fresh and half salt, and like just
and do a Q&A. We'll like open it up.
For sure.
And then I want to do something that maybe we'll go up that way. We should get Shannon on. I want to get him on too.
Oh my
He
God.
was gonna come with us this morning, like I said, but
Too
you
many
know, I know
Frosties.
a buddy had a birthday last night. They have
Yeah.
horseshoes going today in Canyon Lake, so I'm sure we'll
do
catch up
a
with him
drinking
later.
podcast. Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
It gets bad. We're gonna have to be like, okay,
Secrets
I've
will
done it
come out.
before, dude. It's fucking got wild.
Oh, if we could, yeah, even get like Josh and Shannon in here,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what we might do.
That'd be
just
fun.
a couple other of us,
Yeah.
just to really let you know
Stories.
how
Yeah,
the
just
day
stories.
will go
Yeah.
on the water.
All right, guys. Again, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.